What's going on? What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Smooth, checking in with y'all, man. Another episode, Daily Real News, presented to you by Real Conversations Podcast Network. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, comment down below. Let us know where you checking in from. Hit that notification bell for more content just like this, man. We got a jam-packed episode tonight. Today we got a lot going on. Mid-even tonight, wherever you from, wherever you at, whatever time it is. Appreciate you for tuning in, tapping in. We're gonna get right to it, man. We got a lot going on tonight. We got a lot going on. First thing we're gonna talk about is Grand Rapids, man, Daquan Johnson being unalived by the police. I feel like it was unjustifiable. I feel like he wasn't a threat. We gonna get into that. We're gonna run the clip. We also gonna pay our respects. Pay our respects, man. We gotta pay our respects. Been a lot of people passing recently. Gotta pay our respects to Jesse Jackson. We gotta pay our respects to Jesse Jackson, man. Gotta pay our respects to Jesse Jackson. We also gotta pay our respects to Florida rapper Lil Papa. We're gonna speak on all that tonight, man. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, comment down below. We also gonna speak on the stuff going on with Michael Jordan. I know y'all seen the video. They accusing him of something going on with a little child, underage child, at the celebration of him winning the Daytona 500. And that's a lot to unfold. We also gonna speak on DJ Vlad coming with some outrageous claims. You know how Vlad be, let's get right to it. And we also gonna talk about 21-year-old college student Cal Jenna, who was missing, was discovered hanging from a tree in Georgia Park. Police say no foul play. Like always, man. We gotta get right to it, man. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Yeah, man. Rest in power, Lil Papa, man, for sure. That was a crazy story, man. Crazy story, man. So much things going on out here, man. Mental health is real, y'all. Make sure to check on y'all people. We're gonna get right into it, man. Grand Rapids, man, unalived by police. I said it wasn't justified. We're gonna get into the clip. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, comment down below. Appreciate all y'all, man. Appreciate all the support. Let's get to it, man. Daily Real News. Daily Real News. Let's go.
Doing coverage of breaking news we've been following since Wednesday night. Daquan Johnson shot and killed by Grand Rapids police. And this morning, we're expecting Michigan State Police to continue their investigation into what happened.
We've talked with Johnson's family, neighbors, the Grand Rapids Police Department, and community leaders about what happened. 13 on your sides. Aaron Sullivan live this morning in Grand Rapids. Aaron, good morning to you. What are we hearing from those groups?
Emily, Tanner, well, a question from the community this morning is, why did Daquan Johnson have to die? We know that Johnson was riding a bike Tuesday evening after officers stopped him. While attempting to stop him, they said he wasn't complying. Now, Grand Rapids police did share this body camera video saying Johnson ran, so they used a police dog to attempt to stop him. That's when they say Johnson pulled out a gun and an officer shot him. But Johnson's family is sharing a different video this morning, saying he was on his stomach when he was killed.
Well, my son, nowhere in that video was he resisting. I saw somebody laying on their stomach with a dog on their back and two police officers behind them. And then I watched them shoot my son 4 times.
He wasn't just my nephew, but he was a son. He was a dad. He was a brother. He was a cousin. He was surrounded by people that loved him and that supported him.
Johnson's family, as well as community members and leaders, marched in Grand Rapids calling for justice in Johnson's death. And Johnson's mother, Angelica, says she's still not been allowed to see his body. She's hoping later today she can say her final goodbyes. For now in Grand Rapids, I'm Aaron Sullivan, 13 on your side.
At this point,
Hey, y'all have it, man. Y'all just seen that clip. Let's give our condolences to the family, the Johnson family. Had to witness that footage. They say he ran away on a bike, and they said he had a gun, but the mom said his gun was found in his bag afterwards. Like he never, he never aimed a gun at them or anything. And they put a police dog on him while he was getting bit or whatever. After he got bit, they, unalived him. 4 shots to a man under a car. 4 shots. Did they really have to do that, or was that over overkill? Was it justifiable? Was it unjustifiable? Like, here we go again. Another situation just like this. Top of the year. I feel like Daquan did not deserve this. I'm stamping that, man. He didn't deserve that, man. Untimely, unnecessary, too much authority, abuse of authority. Those cops, in the court of law, where they get get away, or will they face some time? We never know. We might know years later, but the family grieving right now today. You hear what the mama said? Seeing her baby get shot on camera, on the body cam. How you think she feel about the police, or how she always felt about them? This just gonna intensify all the feelings of the whole family. Nobody should go through this, man. The world we in today is just sad, man. It's real sad. I just wanted to bring that to the forefront because I'm just hearing about this news. Like, honestly, right a few minutes before the show started. So I just want to give condolences to Daquan Johnson family in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Daquan Johnson. I pray that your soul is at rest. I pray that your family will find peace, will heal in time. We pray that the law will be the law and handle their business like they should, right? Or it's gonna get handled in the streets. Let's be real. Let's be real, man. Shit like that go down. Ain't no ain't no compromising, man. Eye for an eye type shit. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Praise out to the family of Daquan Johnson from Grand Rapids. Unjustifiable passing, man. We gotta, and once again they gonna blame it on compliance. He should have complied. He should have complied. Next topic. So, like I said, it's been a lot of passings going on. One of them been the honorable. Some people still bringing his name up in conspiracies from the '60s, from MLK to who knows what. But we gotta honor him, man. Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson ran for president. Jesse Jackson, to my knowledge, was part of the civil rights. Did a lot of things for the empowerment of black people in America. To my knowledge, he coined the term African American. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but he's been fighting for a long time for the injustice of black people. Some people will agree, some people might not agree. That's to each his own, but we gonna give him the respect though. Just on being a elder, now he's an ancestor. You know, we gotta show respect when it's due, man. We gotta show respect, man. We gotta show knowledge to the civil right leaders and civil right contributors. You know. So right here we gonna give it up to, I don't know who should we let break it down. 'Cause I want to get like a full breakdown. The young folks don't know who Jesse Jackson is. I want to let people know. So we're gonna give it to CNN. Let them tell it. The history of the history of Jesse Jackson, y'all. So y'all respect, man. No troll comments. No troll comments. Let's go. Like, share, and subscribe. Daily Real News. Daily Real News. Let's go. Rest in power to the Reverend Jesse Jackson. Black History Month. Another one bites the dust. Much love, Jesse Jackson.
Our father was a servant leader, not only to our family, but to the oppressed, the voiceless, and the overlooked around the world. We ask you to honor his memory by continuing the fight for the values he lived by. CNN's Abby Phillip has a look at Jesse Jackson's life and legacy.
Jesse Jackson's life was defined by a relentless fight for justice and equality.
I was born in Greenville, South Carolina, in rampant radical racial segregation. I had to be taught to go to the back of the bus or be arrested.
Those early experiences drove Jackson to join the civil rights movement.
The fact is, against the odds, we knew there were great odds, we were winning.
In 1965, he began working for Reverend Martin Luther King Jr.
I learned so much from him, such a great source of inspiration.
King named Jackson to lead Operation Breadbasket in Chicago, an economic justice campaign for Black people. However, some say King was frustrated by Jackson's brashness and ambition.
I'm sure he thought I needed more time. I was 24 years old.
Both men were in Memphis in April 1968 to support striking sanitation workers. King and other civil rights leaders were staying at the Lorraine Motel.
He said, Jesse, you know, you don't even have on a shirt and tie. You don't even have on a tie. We're going to dinner. I said, Doc, it does not require a tie, just an appetite. We laughed. I said, Doc, and the bullet hit. Everything changed at that moment. It was a defining moment in the history of our struggle.
With King gone, his movement was adrift. Years later, Jackson formed Operation Push, pressuring businesses to open up to Black workers and customers and adding more focus on Black responsibility, championed in the 1972 concert Wattstacks.
In Watts, we have shifted from burn, baby, burn to learn, baby, learn.
And he expanded his own global reach too, helping to free U.S. Lieutenant Robert Goodman, who was held by Syria after being shot down, and later other Americans held in Cuba and Serbia.
I learned how to negotiate as an African American growing up among white people. You have to negotiate every day.
The Reverend set his sights on the White House in 1984.
Milking cows in Iowa, they're coming back to the inner cities. So I learned a lot during that period.
First thought of as a marginal candidate, Jackson finished third in the primary race with 18% of the vote. That campaign almost went off the rails when Jackson used an ethnic slur to refer to New York Jews.
There's mistakes and they hurt.
He ran again in 1988, this time doubling his vote count and finishing in second in the Democratic race.
Keep hope alive on tomorrow night.
At the time, it was the farthest any Black candidate had gone in a presidential contest.
But 20 years later, when President Barack ran, we were laying the groundwork for that season.
In 2017, Jackson had a new battle to fight, Parkinson's disease. But that didn't stop him.
If you hold on, if your cause is right and your grip is tight, you'll make it.
Late in life, he was still fighting. He was arrested in Washington while demonstrating for voting rights. His silent presence at the trial of Ahmaud Arbery's killers prompted defense lawyers to ask that he leave the courtroom. Jackson stayed.
I am somebody. I am somebody.
From the Jim Crow South through the turbulent 60s and into the Black Lives Matter movement, Jesse Jackson was a constant, unyielding voice for justice.
May his memory be a blessing. That was CNN's Abby Phillip reporting. She even wrote a book about Jesse Jackson. Reverend Jackson is survived by his wife, Jacqueline, their children, grandchildren, and extended family. Joining us today in the group chat, Jeff Zeleny, CNN Chief National Affairs Correspondent, Chuck Rocha, Democratic strategist and former advisor to Bernie Sanders' presidential campaigns, and Ashley Davis, former White House official under President George W. Bush. Jeff, I want to start with you. You actually just finished reading Abby's book, A Dream Deferred. And we were talking about how Jesse Jackson served as sort of the bridge from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he was his protege, to President Obama, to present day. I mean, he kept fighting till the very end.
There's no doubt about it. And the towering legacy and figure that Jesse Jackson is unparalleled in America's 20th century. Barack Obama would not have been elected as the first Black president in America without Jesse Jackson, not because they had a close relationship. They did not. It was stressed. It was filled with tension. Their family did, but this is why. Because Jesse Jackson, through his 1984 bid for president and 1988 a candidacy for president, he literally changed the Democratic Party and changed the way Democrats elect their presidents. Gone are the smoke-filled back rooms at party conventions where the candidate was decided, but Jesse Jackson opened up that process through making it a delegate fight. And Barack Obama seized upon that in 2007 and 2008 and built a grassroots campaign that was basically the modern day version at the time of what Jesse Jackson did, particularly in 1988. So he paved the way for that, but so much more. He literally was the bridge between the two. But to Barack Obama, as I think back to covering him during my time in Chicago, he moved to Chicago in part because he wanted the Black American political experience. And Jesse Jackson was that in Chicago. He left Memphis after Dr. King's assassination, and Jesse Jackson was there. And he moved to Chicago to start the Rainbow Push Coalition, really building the broad-based modern Democratic Party. And as Chuck knows well, without Jesse Jackson, a very similar message to what Bernie Sanders did in his campaign in 2016 and 2020, economic justice, really building a broad-based coalition. So the through lines there are so important. Jesse Jackson's his fingerprints are on our politics right now at the moment as well.
Yeah.
And let me build off what Jeff said, because it's really, really important, because Democrats need to remind themselves today, as we live in the Trump presidency, about what Jesse Jackson did. He went out as a Black man and talked to poor white farmers. He went out and talked to union members about keeping jobs in America. He started building a coalition, to Jeff's point, before Barack Obama, about bringing together Black, brown, and poor white people to say, look, it's not left versus right, it's up versus down. And he was the one who really started that in a day when, in the back rooms, the smoke-filled rooms that Jeff talked about, was where the power lays. And some would say, I would even might say, that some of that power has re-emerged when we should get back to what Jesse Jackson used to talk about, which is the workers and the Workers' Party.
Because in an interesting way, President Trump has kind of gotten a lot of that coalition, especially in this past election, from increasing his Black voters, but also the poor white people that just feel like the government does not help them anymore and they've lost their way. But I have a question. So I haven't read her book yet. I know you both have, but what was the complicated relationship about with Obama?
I was going to follow up with that too. No, it's a great question, because I think people will wonder that.
Yeah.
Look, one of the pieces of the complicated relationship was that when Barack Obama was running for president, Reverend Jackson thought that Senator Obama didn't pay him the respect that he wanted at the time necessarily. And Jesse Jackson was not a part of the Obama campaign. His son was, Jesse Jackson Jr., the member of Congress. He was a national co-chair, but there was always a tension between Senator Obama and Reverend Jackson at the time, largely because Jesse Jackson wanted to be a bigger part of the campaign. The Obama campaign obviously did not want to go anywhere near him for political reasons and other reasons. But as Abby writes about in her book, they did reconcile in recent months and years and have a conversation, but largely because Reverend Jackson did not think that President Obama sort of gave him his due, if you will. But during the campaign, Jesse Jackson, back in 2008, I was just looking at the story, I wrote about it at the time, he criticized Obama openly for talking down to black men. And this is something that Senator Obama would talk about a lot, that black men have responsibilities as fathers and they should live up to those more. But Jesse Jackson has said that Obama was talking down to black men. He had to apologize for his criticism. So just a lot of tension over the years between them, but their families were very close. The maid of honor at the Obama's wedding was the oldest daughter of Jesse and Jackie Jackson. So they are deeply intertwined because of the South Side of Chicago. But back to Chuck's point, some of the most iconic political images of the 20th century will be Jesse Jackson on a farm in Iowa, on a tractor, surrounded by hundreds of white farmers who were caught up in the farming crisis of 1980. Jesse Jackson was their voice. And that is something that truly was iconic at the time.
Yeah, so there y'all have it, man. Let y'all get a history lesson on this Black History Month. Rest in power, Reverend Jesse Jackson. Y'all see all the accolades he did, put on for the Democratic Party, Rainbow Coalition, civil rights leader. Did a lot, did a lot with his time. A lot of people still putting him in conspiracies like he had MLK, like he had some dealings with the assassination, but we ain't even got time for that. That's so old. Like we shouldn't even be really focusing on that type stuff no more. But rest in power, Jesse Jackson, man, real leader. He paved the way, like they said in the video. He paved the way for Obama to be the first president, quote unquote. So you gotta give your hats off to the man, man. He did a lot for the black community in America. So we can't take nothing away from him. Like he ain't put his life on the line. Some people say he was a part of the problem, but let's be honest, man. A lot of people can say what they want, but they ain't put their life on the line. They ain't put their money on the line. They ain't put their reputation on the line as a black man in America for over 30 years. So, even when I was younger, I had some ways feeling about him, as far as like, he one of them ones. He one of them ones like a mainstream black guy, token black guy rather. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't really for the people, but I was young. I was misinformed. So once we get older, we got to be more informed, searching for knowledge. And, I found out a lot of other things he did as well. So, think about him what you want. Just give respect due when it's due, man. Get a proper respect due when it's due. So once again, rest in power. The civil rights leader, Reverend Jesse Jackson. Now we gonna speak on Florida rapper Lil Papa. We gonna speak on what happened. So many conspiracies going on. Let's put a official news segment video about him. I believe this is a Florida newscast. So First Coast News. Let's give it up for them. Giving us the story. Fans around the world don't know what's going on, man, but R.I.P. Lil Papa, man. Daily Real News. Let's get right to it.
Across the U.S. are mourning the loss of a Jacksonville rapper. That's our top story tonight. Thank you for staying up with us. I'm Anthony Austin.
I'm Heather Crawford. Lil Papa, born Janarius Wheeler, has died at the age of 25. The medical examiner's office in Fulton County, Georgia, confirming his death to us. The Jacksonville native built a loyal fan base. Christina Burgess has been speaking with those who grew up with him. And Christina, they tell you that his legacy will live on.
Heather and Anthony, Lil Papa was more than just a rapper. He was a hometown dream turned reality. At just 25 years old, he built a powerful voice for himself in the music industry. Now, as friends, family, and fans try to process his sudden loss, those who grew up beside him say that he was bigger than just music.
He was just a great guy. Outside of the music and the artistry, man, he was a good human. And I'll never forget him.
Jacksonville native and music producer Scotty OTH says he grew up with rapper Lil Papa, and the two shared big dreams.
I was making beats, then he was making music. In 2019, 18, we ended up making, our first track together. Outside is deeper than music. That was family to me. We called each other cousins.
Scotty says his grind was unmatched.
Very hard worker. I ain't never seen nobody outwork Papa. Papa was usually the last man standing in the studio. Forever Young was Papa's favorite song that we did together.
In 2022, Lil Papa signed with Yo Gotti's Collective Music Group, a defining moment in his career. He released several fan favorites, including Love and War, Mind Over Matter, and Happy Tears, along with projects like Almost Normal Again. Just this past Friday, he released a new single titled Out of Town Bay. Since the news of his passing broke, Lil Papa has been trending on X. He had nearly 1 million followers on Instagram and more than 600,000 listeners on Spotify.
I feel empty, but I love him. I love him to death. Always will. And I'm just trying to compartmentalize everything.
Photographer and creator Terrence Tyson says he met Lil Papa at the very beginning of his career.
I know how, myself and a lot of other people, how hard we went for him to get where he needed to be. It was a shock. It was a big loss.
Tyson says the rapper pushed through trials and tribulations to create opportunities for himself and others.
When he made it, it felt like everyone made it.
Now, as Jacksonville and fans across the country mourn this loss, those closest to him say his heart and music will keep his legacy alive.
But he's gonna live on. His legacy is gonna continue.
He was a star.
And Lil Papa was scheduled to perform at his birthday bash on March 21st at the Fillmore Center in New Orleans. No details surrounding his death have been released at this time, and the medical examiner's office says his cause of death is still pending. Reporting live in downtown Jacksonville, Christina Burgess, First Coast News on your side.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on the tragic death of Jacksonville rapper Lil Papa and how it actually happened. Now, you don't have to crash to get cash. There's an app called Free Cash in which all you have to do is play video games on your phone and they will pay you. The app is fully transparent. You're going to see what you're going to make. You're going to pull out what you made. And now if you sign up with my QR code, you'll get a $5 bonus. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. I don't want to see y'all end up in one of my videos. So go ahead and hit that link in the description and get that free cash.
Fans across the U.S. are mourning the loss of a Jacksonville rapper. That's our top story tonight. Thank you for staying up with us. I'm Anthony Austin.
I'm Heather Crawford. Lil Papa, born Janarius Wheeler, has died at the age of 25.
He grew up.
Want to break into cybersecurity but don't have experience? The Google Cybersecurity.
All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. Lil Papa. Let's get right into it, man. How y'all feeling about Lil Papa, man? They saying he was on a high-speed chase. Somebody was chasing him. Then he went to a motel and got into it with his manager. See, that first clip, that's before they knew what it was, If you up on the news, if you doing your research, they were saying it was an overdose at first. Then Come to find out, they say he offed himself. They say he took his own life, so unalived himself. So people blaming it on mental health. People saying he was being chased to get unalive. So he was panicking. He was nervous. Some people say it don't add up. It don't make sense. Some people say they always using this certain narrative. People unaliving themselves is just like a real ploy and plot and cover up for other things that's really going down. And some people just saying it's it's how the industry work, man. Your time span ain't that long. I've been hearing a lot of different angles and how people have been approaching this tragic incident, but I feel like it come down to mental health, really. If the situation what they say it is, we can never believe the news, even though this is daily real news. We giving y'all what we being told on the media. We just giving you our take on it. That's why it's daily real news. It's our real takes on news, trending topics that we approach a different way. And we feel how we feel and we stand on what we feel and we give y'all our raw opinions on what's going on. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe, comment down below. Hit that notification bell for more real opinions on daily real news. Let's go, man. Lil Papa. Feel like it's a tragic situation. We might not never know. Once again, all these unaliveds, we might not never know the true 100% fact of the situation. We got to live with that. We got to know that, unfortunately, these stories, this rap genre, we ain't new to just crazy stories out the blue of people being unalive in mysterious ways and we never knowing what happened. And we just keep building conspiracies on and on after year after year, year after year. The plot just thickens. We still talking about Tupac ain't alive. Tupac's still alive. So we gotta understand what type of world we in. We love to keep a conspiracy, including myself. I ain't no better than nobody else. I want to know the juicy details and all that type shit too. So let's get right to it and don't act like we don't. RP the Lil Pop is sad, man. Mental health. Check on your cousin, check on your brother, check on your sister, check on your daughter, check on your son, check on your wife, man. See how they mental doing, man. You never know what's going on till it's too late, right? So next topic. Let's get right into it, man. If y'all feeling this, make sure y'all like, sharing, and subscribing, man. Make sure y'all commenting. Whether you don't like it, my opinion or not. Let's dialogue. Let's talk about in the comments. I'm known for clapping back on the comments, man. Let's get to it, man. Let's keep the show going. So recently, y'all, if y'all ain't heard, DJ Vladimir, DJ Vlad Putin, DJ Vlad the Butcher has once again got himself in a sticky situation. And once again got people talking and once again got some messy bullshit gossip type shit going on. So allegedly he was saying that Rock Nation paid him to side with Megan and Jay-Z got the lawyer on payroll and he did a song with the lawyer nephew and all that type madness. And he got a lot of police departments on his payroll. He couldn't hold this in no more. He's sick of holding this secret in and all that, man. It's just crazy as hell, man. It's crazy how you can just go from saying all that to saying he was trolling and people don't know how to take a joke. It's just crazy what people would do, man. It's no more just keeping shit on the low. Even if this was true, like, why? Then after all them tweets, Vlad gonna tweet. He gonna tweet something happened to me. Y'all know who did it. Like, come on now. It's crazy, dog. Like, you can't be serious, man. But we gonna go right to it, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment down below. The plot thickens, dog. The plot thickens. Media. It's all content. Let's go.
When you put out this story about Tory Lanez and Rock Nation, because you said a lot of crazy things, and I don't want to tell people what you told me. I want you to tell the people.
It's at about, I don't know, 13, 14 million impressions on that one tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you count all the other, media outlets that picked it up and the TikToks and, the Instagrams and the other Twitter accounts, probably 100 million, easy.
So what made you wake up, right, Uncle Murder?
Mm-hmm.
We was thinking, what made him wake up and want to troll today? Because it seemed like, is it trolling or what is it? What is it to you, Murder?
It seemed like Vlad is trolling. I think you're trolling because I'm like, this can't be true. I don't see these guys paying him to do all of these things. But it's everywhere right now, so everybody want to know. And I'm glad you gave us the exclusive interview and all that, Vlad.
Right.
So tell us, because I thought you was hacked. I said Vlad got to be hacked or Vlad is trolling. So get into the story with Rock Nation and Tory Lanez, the biggest thing on the internet. Let's get into it on the Real Report.
All right. So I've been talking about the Tory Lanez Megan situation right after it happened. And as the information came out, and as, Megan said that I'm going to testify, I've quoted you a lot. If you have someone that you shoot and they get on the stand and say, you shot me,
right?
And this woman on top of that, there is a very slim chance you will beat that in trial. You might as well just plead out. So as they're going back and forth, and he's antagonizing her and, she's responding and everything else like that, I start saying in my interviews, Tory's going to jail. And I was like, oh, you're a hater, whatever. And I'm like, look, based on what I see, he's going to go to jail. He DM'd me, trying to figure out what I know, calls me a cop, whatever else. That's whatever, man. I'm
so
not
Tory Lanez DM'd you and called you a cop? I never knew this.
Yeah, he did
Free
that.
Tory.
But that's whatever, man.
Free
I
Tory
don't
Lanez.
care. I don't care about that. I think Tory Lanez is a dope artist.
Definitely.
Vlad have been called all type of names.
What was that?
I said you've been called all type of names.
All types of names. All types
I
of
agree.
names.
I agree. Vlad is my friend, though. Vlad is my friend. He's my guy. He helped me with a lot of stuff with learning about this podcast thing, and he never really hated on anybody from what I see. Now, does he pick on people sometimes? He doesn't know. He does, Murder. Yeah. And it's cool. And this time you're picking on Rock Nation and Tory Lanez. Well, not Tory Lanez, just Rock Nation.
No. I'm not even picking on Rock Nation. So basically, leading up to the trial, I was one of the only people in hip hop media that kept saying Tory's going to be found guilty and he's going to go to jail. That doesn't make me a hater. It doesn't make me a snitch or a cop. It's just based on the public information. I was following the trial. I'm like, he's going to go to jail. And everyone, whenever I did a poll on Twitter or, YouTube, 80% of my viewers said, no, he's going to beat it. He's going to walk away. She's lying, whatever.
I predicted it too. Not to cut you off. I predicted it too. Remember, I said it to you. I said, nah. When you got somebody that's saying you shot them, I don't know. The case is not looking.
It's not looking good, right? Mm-hmm. So lo and behold, he gets found guilty and he goes to jail.
Mm-hmm.
And he files an appeal and the appeal falls through. And you think that that's the end of it. But constantly you see all this news footage that keeps coming out where it's like, yo, no, she never got shot. He actually had a press conference, like his lawyers had a press conference that said he didn't shoot her. Kelsey was shooting the gun and he hit her arm. The gun fell to the floor and fired twice. And that's how she got hit. Now, listen, man, I'm not Nicholas Irving, the Army sniper, but I have handled guns throughout my life. And I can tell you, If I threw a gun on the floor 1,000 times, I don't think it would fire twice.
That don't sound too believable, but yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
So that morning, a bunch of like Daily Loud and a bunch of other like Dama's News, I believe, and a bunch of other like media outlets that I follow starts running this video of Tory's lawyers saying that Kelsey's bodyguard has come forward and said that Kelsey's the shooter, not Tory. And everyone's going crazy over this footage. And I'm looking at this going like, this is from last May. This RP came out almost a year ago. The appeal went through and it didn't happen. The appeal was struck down. And so I posed this. I'm like, yo, you're an idiot to think that this is somehow news and that this is somehow going to overturn this. And people in the comments, yeah, but you know, Rock Nation, they bought off the jury. Now, Rock, it's really Jay-Z. Because remember, Tory's dad, like after Tory was found guilty, went on this whole rant where he was screaming about Rock Nation and Jay-Z in the courtroom and everything else like that, right? So I said, okay, listen, like this has gotten so stupid at this point that I'm going to just do a tweet where I'm going to take every conspiracy theory around this and just list it one after the other. I got paid by Rock Nation. Jay-Z paid off the jury. And he paid off the judge and did a verse for the judge's grandson. Right?
Oh God.
And he paid the Mexican dude to stab Tory in prison. And he paid off the doctor to say that she got shot when she really wasn't. And he paid off everyone else. Like yo, and I'm like, okay, this is so stupid that no one's gonna believe this.
So you're saying the internet does what it does best. Twist stuff up, change the conspiracy theories. But you know why I was trolling? Because you had to know some of the Jay-Z verse was crazy, but him getting stabbed by Rock Nation and all that might be believable to some people.
It might be believable. It might be believable. So you mean to tell me that Jay-Z, where he is in life right now, right? He's a billionaire. He's considered one of the greatest ever. He's going to risk all that to pay a pedophile, a Mexican pedophile, to do a murder in prison over a guy with who's antagonizing an artist that's not even a big priority to Jay-Z.
But Vlad, you're a credible. Listen, you're a credible source to the culture. Yes. So people are like, a lot of people are like confused from what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of. It's just coming from you, so people don't know if you're hacked or you was trolling or.
I was not hacked, man. I was trying to prove a point, and I proved it. That no matter
trying to prove
whatever stupidity you put out there, there's going to be millions of people that eat it up, and I was right. No matter how stupid it is, no matter how totally unbelievable it is, there's going to be someone that eats it up. And look, millions of people ate it up. Millions. I proved my point. Did I prove my point?
You definitely did, because people ran with the story and it definitely went viral. That's why we got you on the Real Report right now. Like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And we get to everything that's real. So where do we go from here? Because you're a credible source. You're part of the culture, Vlad. So people like, what are you hearing? How people are calling your phone? What are they saying?
And I want to know, Vlad, how do you feel about people like, because you cool as shit, right? But how do you feel about people saying you a culture vulture too, Vlad? This the Real Report, so we really want to know. Vlad doesn't care. He has a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to know how he really feels about that, though. Because he's been a part of the culture for so long.
Very long.
So for people to say that, how do you feel about that, Vlad?
Yeah. I mean, what's interesting is that the both of y'all, I was like doing interviews with the both of you before Vlad TV.
Yep.
You guys are part of Vlad's DVD era.
Facts.
For real. So you guys know how far I go back. Man, I don't care about that. Every white person in hip hop is called that at some point. You know, Steve Rifkin gets called that, and look how much he's contributed. Take Lyor Cohen out of hip hop, and you would have a very different hip hop. People don't want to admit that, but there's a reason why he became president of Def Jam, and then the head of YouTube Music. He was president. He was a chairman of another. He was chairman of, I think, Atlantic at one point. Like, I may be getting it wrong, but it's like, I'm fine with being called that. But, at the end of the day, it's like, at what point do you just say, We have to use our common sense. What's interesting about that particular tweet is that there's probably maybe like at least 100 replies where people are asking Grok, is this real? And every time Grok says, no, it's parody, it's sarcasm.
Right.
So AI knows sarcasm better than human beings now.
How y'all feel about that, man? DJ Vlad, man, he be full of shit a lot, man. Why he even do that? Why he even come up with all the sarcasm and all the fake news and like, why would he do that? Like, that's what I be telling y'all, man. That's some real industry plant, some real deceitful type. Let me just make the world just like Tony Ayo said, you got a powerful voice. The coach will believe a lot of things you say to be true. So why would you stir up the pot this bad just for publicity, just for likes and views and clicks? The first thing he said was the tweet got 100 million retweets or whatever. Like, come on, Vlad. Come on, man. You getting pitiful, man. Like your interviews good enough. We love the interviews. I'm not subscribed because of the shit you did with Farrakhan years back. But that's my personal beliefs and my personal feelings about that. But it shouldn't even be about you. Like, I know it's Vlad TV, but aren't you based from an interviewing platform? You behind the camera. Now all of a sudden everybody you interview gotta interview you. Like it's getting real tricky over there, man. But Vlad, you a piece of work, man. You a type of motherfucker that just love the attention or some shit, man. Like, is you doing it for clout now? Like, come on now, your pedigree, your work you have done in the past. Come on now. Like the work you done in the past speaks for itself. You don't gotta do all this. You don't gotta play these roles. You don't gotta run the fake narratives and the gimmicks and the comedy shit. Like you better than that, I thought. Honestly. To what it's worth, man. I thought you was better than that. Thought you was just being on your journalistic tip, getting news and information and interviews. The people want to see the juicy questions, the policey questions. I thought that was your lane. Now it's your lane to just stir up shit and be in the gossip sites and the blogs. Whatever, man. If y'all like it, I love it. I really don't, but let's move on, man. Let's talk about this last topic. This is fresh on the press, too. 20-year-old college student Cal B, who was missing, was discovered hanging from a tree in Georgia Park. Police say no foul play. We gotta get into this, man. Like, how y'all feel about stuff like this? Like, how do y'all feel? Like, honestly, this is crazy, man. Every time African Americans get found hanging from a tree, they always say no foul play. I do not know what this type shit be about, man. It be weird as hell. It be weird as hell for real, man. We gonna get right to it. Shout out to Tabitha Speaks Politics. We gonna get right to it, man.
Because they put me in a different type of headspace. But seeing that there's only one local news station that I've seen talking about this story, yeah, I figured that I needed to use my platform to let folks know in Georgia that they are hanging us here in Georgia. This is Kyle Basinga or Basinga. He was a student at Georgia State University here in the metro Atlanta area, 21 years old. Beginning of February, his family reported him missing. And the other day, it was reported that a black man was found tied to a tree, dead. Turns out it was Cal, and he was hung from a tree, not tied to a tree. Cobb County Police say that Cal was found dead in a wooded area in the Fair Oaks Park out in Marietta. Yeah. And if you don't know, Georgians, I believe Marietta was once a sundown town. Detectives are saying that there is surveillance video, and based on that video, they only see Cal going into the park, into this wooded area. No other individuals were seen going into this part of the park where Cal was. And based on this, they are investigating this case as a suicide pending the results of an autopsy report. It is also being reported that Kyle's family is confirming that he was found hanging from a tree, not tied to a tree. They are focusing on burying Kyle. They haven't been able to get involved in a lot of the conversation that is taking place out on social media regarding this case. Investigators are not looking into any hate crime possibilities. They aren't looking at this case as possible foul play. It's not being investigated as a homicide. It's solely being investigated as a suicide, pending the autopsy report. So as of right now, everything is on hold pending the autopsy report. I just want to make it clear that Black men do not hang themselves from trees. I just want to make that very clear. Black men do not hang themselves from trees. They may commit suicide, but they will not do it by hanging themselves from a tree. I haven't seen any of our Black politicians speaking out in regards to this case. I went to the local chapter, Cobb County, the NAACP for Cobb County, the local chapter, to see if they have put out a statement. I have not seen them put out any type of statement. So yeah, as I head out, I want to remind you that Marietta was once a sundown town. And the police are investigating a Black man being hung from a tree as a suicide. No surveillance. They say they have surveillance video. It has not been released. Witnesses say that they saw him go into this wooded area alone. Us Black people, yeah, we got some questions, because we know that Black men do not hang themselves from trees.
What's going on? What's going on? How y'all feeling? Once again, rest in power, Cal B. That's crazy. Like she said, Black man ain't known for hanging themselves. They said wasn't nobody with him when he went in them woods. So come on now. We got to make it make sense. We need more investigation. Don't let this shit ride by. All you social media platforms, all you bloggers out there that's watching are going to watch this after the live is over with. Share this video. Hashtag his name. Don't forget his name. Don't forget his untimely passing. Don't forget what someone has done. You heard what they said. Marietta was a sundown town. I guess this where he was at, I guess where he was at, wherever his college, it was close to Marietta. Just remember the past in general, man. This shit don't stop. Y'all gotta keep thinking it's sweet out here. We gotta keep telling our children that it's all peaches and cream when it's really not. Y'all see what's going on, man. Cal Basser, Bassinger, Cal B. I don't want to butcher his name, man. I don't want to play with his man's name. I don't want to play with nothing that's going on in this situation. Because this is serious, man. This is how y'all furious right here. All you black organizations, all you organizations in general, missing people. Let's do some forensics. What's going on? Is it any fingerprints on this young man's body? We need answers. His family need answers, y'all. For real, man. It ain't about nothing but getting to the bottom of that situation. That could be your child, your brother, your nephew, your cousin. That can be someone's father, you know? It's sad, man. 2026, we still finding black folks in America being hung, lynched. This is no damn joke, man. I don't know who giving it to y'all like this, man. Daily Real News, daily real news, man. It's your boy, Mr. Smooth. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Hashtag justice for Cal B. Hashtag justice for DeJuan Johnson. Hashtag rest in power Jesse Jackson. Hashtag rest in power Lil Papa. Hashtag mental health is real. Get them hashtags flooded, man. Get them hashtags flooded out here in the comment section, y'all. Let's get to it, man. Spread the love, spread the light, spread knowledge, wisdom, wealth, encouragement. DeQuan Johnson, man. He ain't deserve that. Unjustifiable. Cal B didn't deserve that. He was only 21 years old. Let the man live, man. Let the man live. What about his mama? What about his brother? What about his family members? Can they sleep at night? Are they gonna just wither away from a broken heart? It get real in the field, man. Make sure you tell you love to who you love, man. All the special people out there. Stay connected. Stay with like-minded people, man. It's crazy out here. It's too many of these stories that's not being solved. It's not being no closure left in the case. Imagine that mama had to get that call. Your son been found hung from a tree. Come on, man. I'm going to end it like that. Like, share, and subscribe. It's your boy, Mr. Smooth, man. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Comment down below. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's go, man. It's your boy, Mr. Smooth. We gone. Till next time. Daily Real News. Presented to you by Real Conversation Podcast. We out. Love.